Hey yo, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Q, and we got ourselves just a couple of days here until the start of the Esports World Cup Rocket League tournament. And y'all might have caught the tier list that we did a couple of weeks ago, but it's time to get down to it and actually talk about our pick'ems now that we've got a list here together. We know the order, we know exactly as far as what the playoffs should be looking like as well. I do know that the person who used this or put this thing together said that this was based off of last year's, so it should be similar, but in case there's not, we'll redo maybe a video or something in case I need to redo like my playoffs pick'ems here. But let's go ahead and go through things here in case you guys are unfamiliar with how things work. We have 16 teams that were invited to the Esports World Cup, and even though this has been kind of like a rebrand of the Gamers 8 event that had been going on previously, unlike the Gamers 8 event when it came to the Rocket League portion, we're not doing the team battles. In the past, it was a mix of 3v3s, 2v2s, 1v1s. This year, it's 3v3s all the way across, and it's best of fives in the group stage where each group sends 2 teams through. So let's go ahead and start off with Group A. I don't want to knock the boys from Limitless too much. They know I love them. I just don't think they're taking a game against G2. Even with G2 having a sub during the event, they're going to be playing with Nas instead of Beast Mode. Nas. I think it's Nas. Nas instead of Beast Mode. Nas, I mean, he's got game. Might be a trouble for like farther on with them not having the synergy that we're used to for seeing from G2. But against Limitless, I don't think it's going to be an issue. We've got Team BDS versus Power. Of course, Power is Torsos, Fever, Banana Head. I don't think I expect Power to take... Do we expect Power to take a game? No, I think this is going to be a sweep as well. I would love to give Power a game because I do think the Power squad has looked decent. I don't think they take a game from BDS, so I think these two squads are looking good. And as good as BDS has been, I think I got to roll with G2. They're in that upper bracket final to be the first team from Group A to advance there. As far as in the lower bracket, Limitless versus Power, this should be a really good matchup here. We know that when Limitless played Elevate in a show match after Major number 1, Limitless did beat them. So Limitless was able to beat the APAC 1 seed. Are they good enough to beat the OCE 1 seed? That's going to be the question. I think it's closer than people expect. I am going to actually say this one goes 5. Oh, but do I think Limitless has what it takes? I feel like they've got a chip on their shoulder. Nah, Power's been looking so good here recently. Give me Power over Limitless. Unfortunately though, for Power, all they're doing is playing one more series. I don't think that they take any more than a game over BDS, giving us G2 and BDS as our first 2 teams advancing from Group A here. Let's go ahead and move on over to Group B. Actually, I guess we can probably just keep it right there, eh? Got Falcons versus Across the Pond. Of course, Across the Pond, I think has actually officially gotten picked up. Is that the deal? I believe they've actually, Across the Pond has officially gotten picked up, right? That was the, that's the new EXO esports roster, the Kevin Sphinx, Zips, ZPS roster. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. They're playing Falcons. Do I think they take a game? Probably not. I have a lot of sweeps in my early brackets. That usually doesn't happen. I think I'll go ahead and give Secret 1 against Gen.G. Ooh, do I want to give Secret 2 though? KV1, Mata, Brad. I mean, Gen.G has at times looked a little bit sloppy. Of course, the Gen.G roster, apparently Jack, Chronic, First Killer. Now, I think I'm giving Secret just 1 there though. Gen.G will eventually is gonna have to go down to that lower bracket thanks to a 3-1 loss to the Falcons. I just see the Falcons having a really good performance in front of the home crowd. Like, honestly, I think, and not to be a spoiler towards the end, but like, I think Falcons just might have a shot to win it all. Again, across the pond is now XO Esports, Kevin Sphinx Zips, ZPS. Who do I think wins there with across the pond in Secret? Probably Secret. Do I think Secret gives a game to XO Esports? Probably. But that would eventually give us the Gen.G versus Team Secret rematch match from that upper bracket, and it's probably a repeat performance, a 3-1, I would say. You know what? Let's even give them 2 in the lower bracket final just to make things interesting, because Gen.G likes to make their fans sweat a little bit. So let's go ahead and move Gen.G forward in that second spot, but in 5. So through Group A and Group B, we've got G2, BDS, Falcons, and Gen.G. Let's go ahead and move on to Group C over here. Furia versus Nkosi Ballers. Sorry, Nkosi Ballers, I just don't see it. I think Furia take that 3-0. I do think Twisted Minds take a game off Vitality. Vitality. I do think, though, Vitality does get redemption from Major 2 in a close series. Vitality over Furia. Nkosi Ballers maybe take a series off or take a game off of Twisted Minds, but that's about it. Furia over Twisted Minds, probably 3-1. How are we feeling about that, chat? I think I feel comfortable giving Nkosi Ballers 1. Kind of in a similar fact that, like, I felt comfortable giving Limitless 2 here, and Limitless might be more voting with my heart for real. Limitless may only get 1. I think Nkosi can get 1 off of Twisted Minds, though. But that sends us Vitality and Furia through in Group C. This is the group that gets really interesting, more so for the second spot. Because let's be honest, Gentlemates, they're a LAN team. They're probably sweeping Chiefs 3-0. Do I think Gaming Gladiators take a game off of SpaceStation? I mean, SpaceStation has, at times, been a team that can play down to their competition. I feel like we saw it a little bit during the Shift Summer League. We'll give Gladiators 1. Not that it matters. It's not like it's Swiss where you get, you know, where you get like game differential, like seating difference or anything like that. I do think Gentlemates, though, being a LAN team, take down SpaceStation Gaming as much as I am a believer in SpaceStation. This is where things get interesting, right? Because Chiefs do play with Jorius, who's their pickup for the Esports World Cup, which makes me think that they take Gladiators down pretty easily. Probably a 3-0. I will give Gladiators 1. If Gladiators can take 1 off SpaceStation, they can take 1 off Chiefs. And this is where I was caught up doing my tier list, because I am a SpaceStation Gaming believer. If y'all have been here before, whether it's been when we were talking about the Shift Summer League before it shut down, or even during the season when we were doing watch parties and stuff, I am a believer in the SpaceStation Gaming squad. But could there potentially be a little bit of a honeymoon phase with Jorius coming in with Kaka and Hunter, and they catch fire and somehow make it into a top 8? I don't know, man. Chat, what do you guys think? Definitely interested to know YouTube's thoughts down in the comments below. Maybe I'm overthinking this, thinking it's going to be close. I do think it's going to be a best of 5 that goes all 5. Give me SpaceStation Gaming, though, over the Chiefs. So that does set us up for our playoffs. We got G2, SpaceStation, Vitality, Gen.G, Falcons, Furia, Gentlemates, and BDS. All right, let's get into it, chat. We've got 8. These are now going to be best of 7s. I think G2 beats SpaceStation Gaming. I don't think it goes 7. I don't think it's a sweep. How many games are we giving to SpaceStation? Not that that's really super matters, but I would like to be, you know, closer on series score as well. I think due to the fact that G2 does not have beast mode, granted this is going to be playoffs. Playoffs? Y'all knew I was going to happen once. I don't think it'll be 5. I think it'll be 6, but I do think G2 over SpaceStation Gaming is the final determination for 2. Vitality over Gen.G, or do we think Gen.G beats Vitality? Of course, Vitality had looked pretty decent, I would say, at Major 2. But then fumbled against Furia. You know what? I'm going to go with an interesting take here. I think this is where jet lag is going to come into play, and I know that they are probably already been there in boot camping, but maybe I'm wrong. I do think for Vitality, it's not quite as far as a trip. I think they have less of a fall off because of that. I think it's a banger of a series. I think Vitality take down Gen.G. Falcons over Furia, probably 4-1. Again, I think Falcons are going to have a really, really strong Esports World Cup. Falcons already are getting to play carefree. Remember, Falcons have been performing well across the board at the Esports World Cup. They've actually already secured first place in the team competition. So I'm sure the Falcons squad, though, would like to end things with a dub. The bottom is where I probably have the most questions in the quarterfinals, even though I did say Vitality and Gen.G would go 7. Because Gentlemates spanked them last time these two teams played. I mean, absolutely mollywopped them. Remember that this was the sweep where it looked like BDS just wanted to throw in the towel. And I just don't see Gentlemates giving up that advantage. Maybe BDS win 1, 2? Nah, maybe BDS win 1, but that's it. So that gives us G2 Vitality, Falcons versus Gentlemates. And I think this would be where G2 actually fall a little short. Vitality are going to be there with their full roster. G2 is not as good as Nas is. I just don't think he's beast mode. I think Vitality have a point to prove. But as much as they have a point to prove, Falcons are going to be playing in front of the home crowd. I know Gentlemates have been a fantastic LAN team, but give me Falcons in 6. And then give me Falcons in 7 in the grand finals. Give me a banger of a Final 4. I almost want to say Falcons Gentlemates go 7, but I just know there's just like no chance we get all 3 game 7s. So give me that. Vitality in 7, Falcons in 6, and then Falcons in 7 in the grand finals. And I know people who watch Star Pick'ems for Major number 2 are going to be like, well, you picked them for Major 2. Well, I did. I mean, Falcons are one of the best teams in the world right now. But I do think also the fact that Falcons are playing in front of the home team should not be undervalued. I do think that the Falcons are going to be able to have the support from the home crowd. They aren't going to have to travel nearly as much. Playing from home makes quite a bit of difference. And I think because of that factor, you factor in that fact that G2 is not playing with their full roster. Yeah, we're still going to have 2 French teams. They're going to do just as good as we always expect the French teams to do, right? And you can even say that BDS did do well during the group play, other than what we anticipate being their 1 loss to G2. You know, I think we see a lot of our traditional storylines. I gotta say though, I really think we're missing out by not having that Gamers 8 like style, like team battles format. I think that was something that was very unique to Gamers 8. I know we've seen a couple of different tournaments try and pull it off during the off season as well. I think a lot of people love the thought of the change up. But I can also understand with this being like the first year under that like Esports World Cup banner, them wanting to have a little bit more validity to the Rocket League by having it simply be 3v3. So I also get that as well. Would it be interested to know your guys' comments though, or what your guys' thoughts are, I should say, down and below in the comments. If you made it this far in the video as well, if you guys enjoy the vibe, remember, we do watch more than just RLCS or Rocket League over here. We're watching competitive Apex, ALGS, VCT. We even watch some Halo as well. Probably going to be getting back into watching some CSGO. So if you guys are just esports junkies like your boy, you like updates like this, you like to talk pick'ems, rankings, stuff like that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on, check out around the rest of the page as well. We've also got the podcast here too, but that is going to do it as far as for our pick'ems here for the Esports World Cup Rocket League tournament, man. Until we catch y'all back over for the next one, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all, it's your boy Q, signing out.